Smart women follow these 7 rules. Hello, everyone. It's so good to be here today, sharing space and energy with you all. Let me tell you something: life is too short, too precious, and too full of potential for us to live on autopilot. Every smart, driven, and powerful woman I know lives by a set of principles, rules, if you will, that guide her journey. And today I'm here to share 7 of those rules with you. These aren't just guidelines or truths, they're the keys to unlocking your best self, stepping into your greatness, and living the life you deserve. Own your power. Let me tell you something: there's a moment in every woman's life when she has to look in the mirror and decide, am I going to live small, or am I going to claim everything that's meant for me? Owning your power starts right there, in that moment. It starts when you stop waiting for permission, stop asking for approval, and stop doubting what you already know deep inside: you are enough. Let me say that again for the people in the back: you are enough, just as you are. Not as someone else thinks you should be, not as the world expects you to be, but as you are right here, right now, in all your brilliance, in all your messiness, in all your glory. Stop apologizing for your greatness. Why do we do this? Why do we shrink ourselves to make others feel comfortable? Why do we hold back our ideas, our talents, our dreams? It's because somewhere along the way, someone told us we were too much, too loud, too ambitious, too bold. So from this day forward, I want you to stop saying, "I'm sorry," when you haven't done anything wrong. Stop apologizing for taking up space. Stop dimming your light because you think it's too bright for someone else. Your voice has power. Owning your power also means speaking your truth. How many times have you swallowed your words because you didn't want to rock the boat? How many times have you stayed silent when you should have spoken up? Smart women know their voice is their power. Use it. Speak up in that meeting. Advocate for yourself in that negotiation. Say no when you mean no, and say yes to the opportunities that scare you but excite you at the same time. When you own your voice, you don't just change your life, you change the lives of everyone around you. You give other women permission to speak their truths too. Own your power over your choices. Owning your power also means taking full responsibility for your life. Now, I know that's not always easy. Life throws curveballs. People disappoint you. Things don't always go as planned. But here's what I've learned: the most powerful women don't let life happen to them, they happen to life. They understand that while they may not control every circumstance, they always control how they respond. You have the power to choose. Every single day, you get to decide who you want to be, how you want to show up, and what kind of energy you bring into the world. Don't give that power away to anyone or anything. Step into your space. When you walk into a room, I want you to own it. Not with arrogance, but with confidence. Confidence in the fact that you belong. Confidence in the fact that you are just as worthy, just as capable, and just as deserving as anyone else in that room. Too often we walk into spaces and immediately start questioning ourselves: do I belong here? Am I good enough? What if I fail? Let me tell you this: you belong in any room you step into. And if the door doesn't open for you, build your own door, create your own table, because the world doesn't get to decide your worth, you do. Owning your power isn't just about what you achieve, it's about who you become. It's about stepping fully into your potential unapologetically and fearlessly. Ladies, your power is not something you find outside of yourself. It's not something you earn, and it's certainly not something anyone can take away from you. It's already inside you. Now, the question is, are you ready to own it? Prioritize your peace. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you truly felt at peace? Not just calm, not just quiet, but truly, deeply, soulfully at peace. If you had to think too hard, it's been too long. Let me tell you something I've learned the hard way. Peace isn't something that just happens. It's not something that magically appears when the world gets easier or people finally start treating you right. No, peace is something you have to choose. It's something you have to protect. And it's something you have to fight for. Because here's the truth: if you don't prioritize your peace, nobody else will. Peace is power. Let's get one thing straight: protecting your peace is not selfish. It's not weak. It's not avoiding responsibility. It's the most powerful, courageous thing you can do. Boundaries are your best friend. Oh, let's talk about boundaries. We love the word, but how many of us actually enforce them? Let me tell you this: boundaries are not about keeping people out there, about keeping you whole. When you set a boundary, you're saying, I value myself enough to protect my time, my energy, and my well-being. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your boundaries. You don't have to apologize for them. And if someone can't respect the lines you've drawn, that's not your problem, it's theirs. Smart women know that saying no isn't about rejecting others, it's about saying yes to themselves. Let go of what doesn't serve you. This one's big, ladies. So many of us are carrying around baggage that isn't even ours to hold. Toxic relationships, old resentments, unrealistic expectations. Let it go. Ask yourself, does this bring me joy? Does this bring me growth? Does this bring me peace? If the answer is no, release it. Trust me, the freedom you'll feel is worth it. Silence isn't empty, it's full. Take time to sit with yourself, to breathe, to listen to what your soul is trying to tell you. Because in that silence, you'll find clarity. You'll find answers. And most importantly, you'll find peace. Peace is a daily practice. Now, let's be real, peace isn't a one and done thing. You don't wake up one day, decide to prioritize your peace, and never feel stressed again. No, peace is something you have to choose every single day. It's in the little things: taking a moment to breathe before you respond to that email, stepping away from that argument you don't need to win, saying no to the plans that leave you drained. Peace is a practice, it's a commitment. And smart women honor that commitment every day. Ladies, I want you to hear me when I say this: your peace is priceless. It's not something you trade for someone else's approval. It's not something you give away to meet someone else's expectations. Your peace is your foundation. It's your anchor. And when you prioritize it, you become unstoppable. Keep learning. Let me start by saying this: you are never finished. I don't care how much you've accomplished, how many degrees you've earned, or how long you've been in the game, there is always more to learn. The moment you stop learning is the moment you stop growing. And honey, we are not here to stay the same. We're here to become more of who we're meant to be. Stay curious about life. Remember when you were a child and the whole world felt new and exciting? You'd ask questions like, why is the sky blue, or how does the sun rise every day somewhere along the way? Many of us stop asking questions. We stop wondering, exploring, and discovering. But here's the truth: curiosity is what keeps you young. It's what keeps your mind sharp and your spirit adventurous. Smart women are not afraid to ask questions. They know that every conversation, every book, every experience has something to teach them. Learn from every experience. Now, let's get real. Not every lesson comes wrapped in a pretty package. Sometimes life teaches you through heartbreak, failure, and loss. But those lessons, those are the ones that shape you. Surround yourself with teachers. And let me tell you, teachers aren't always found in classrooms. They're everywhere. The people you admire, the ones who challenge you, even the ones who irritate you, they all have something to teach you. Be a lifelong student. Take that class you've been thinking about, learn that skill you've always wanted to master. Read that book that's been sitting on your shelf. It's never too late to start, and it's never too late to grow. Knowledge is freedom. Ladies, let me tell you something, knowledge is freedom. The more you know, the more options you have. The more tools you gather, the more empowered you become to make choices that align with your vision, your purpose, and your dreams. Learning expands your world. It opens doors you didn't even know were there. It equips you to step into spaces with confidence and grace, knowing that you belong because you've done the work. Don't fear change, embrace it. Here's the thing about learning, it changes you. It challenges your beliefs, pushes you out of your comfort zone, and forces you to grow. And isn't that what life is all about? Smart women don't fear change, they embrace it. They understand that every new lesson, every new experience is an opportunity to become more aligned with their true selves. So here's the challenge: stay curious, stay humble, and stay open. Never stop asking questions, never stop seeking answers, because when you commit to learning, you're not just adding knowledge, you're expanding your capacity for life itself. Keep learning, because the best version of you is always just one lesson away. Lift as you climb. Let me tell you something that every successful woman knows in her heart: we are not meant to climb alone. When you start to rise, when you break through barriers, when you achieve your dreams, when you make it to the top, you have a responsibility, not just to yourself, but to every woman coming up behind you. Because true success is not just about what you achieve, it's about what you give back. Ladies, listen to me. Lifting as you climb doesn't make your journey heavier, it makes it more meaningful. Success isn't a solo act. And now it's your turn to extend a hand, open a door, and create space for someone else to step into their greatness. Because smart women know that lifting others doesn't diminish their success, it amplifies it. There's room for everyone. Let's talk about something that holds too many women back, this idea that there's only so much success to go around, that if another woman shines, it somehow dims your light. Let me tell you something, the universe is abundant. There is room at the table for all of us. And if you don't see a seat for yourself or someone else, you build a bigger table. When you lift as you climb, you're not just sharing your success, you're multiplying it. Be that woman for someone else. Take the time to mentor the young woman in your office. Share your story with the girl who's just starting her journey. Show them that success isn't just possible, it's inevitable when we support one another. Celebrate each other's wins. Oh, this one is big. How often do we celebrate each other? Truly celebrate, not with jealousy, not with comparison, but with genuine joy. Smart women clap for each other. They cheer each other on. They say, you go, girl, not out of obligation, but out of love. Because when one of us wins, we all win. Your success is my success. Your joy is my joy. When we celebrate each other, we create a culture of abundance, love, and support. Be a bridge builder. Sometimes lifting others means building bridges to opportunities, to knowledge, to spaces they couldn't reach on their own. Maybe you're in a position to hire someone. Maybe you can make an introduction, share a resource, or give someone a chance they wouldn't otherwise have. Whatever it is, don't hold back. Smart women understand that their influence is a gift, and they use it to create opportunities for others. Strength in numbers. Here's the truth: we are stronger together. When women come together, when we support each other, uplift each other, and fight for each other, there is nothing we cannot do. Lifting as you climb isn't just about individual success. It's about creating a ripple effect, a movement, a legacy. It's about leaving the world better than you found it. So, as you climb, don't forget to look back. Reach out your hand. Extend your heart. Because the greatest measure of your success isn't how far you've climbed, it's how many others you've brought with you. Embrace failure. Let me ask you something. What would you do if you weren't afraid to fail? Think about that for a moment. How many dreams have you let slip away because you were too afraid of falling short? How many times have you hesitated to take a leap because you were afraid you might land on your face? Ladies, let me tell you something I've learned after all these years. Failure is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of your breakthrough. Failure is a teacher, not a punishment. So many of us have been taught to see failure as something to be ashamed of, something to hide. But failure isn't here to embarrass you, it's here to teach you. Every time you fall, every time you mess up, every time things don't go the way you planned, there's a lesson waiting for you. The question is, are you willing to learn it? Smart women know that failure isn't the opposite of success, it's part of the process. It's where you discover your strength, your resilience, and your ability to rise. Redefine what failure means. What if I told you failure isn't about losing? It's not about rejection. It's not about mistakes. Failure is simply proof that you tried. Proof that you were bold enough to step out of your comfort zone and reach for something bigger. Think about that. Failure is evidence of courage. It's a sign that you're moving forward, not staying stuck. So from this day forward, I want you to stop saying, what if I fail, and start saying, what will I learn? Fail forward, not backward. Here's the thing about failure, it's not a dead end, it's a detour. Smart women know that when they fail, they don't go backward, they go forward. Because every failure pushes you closer to your purpose, your passion, and your destiny. Maybe that business you started didn't work out. Maybe that relationship ended. Maybe you didn't get the promotion. That doesn't mean you're done. It means there's something better waiting for you. Let go of perfectionism. Oh, this one is big. How many of us are holding ourselves back because we're waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect version of ourselves? Let me tell you something. Perfection is a myth. It's a trap. It's the enemy of growth. Smart women understand that progress matters more than perfection. They know that the only way to get better, stronger, and wiser is to try, fail, and try again. Failure builds resilience. Do you know what failure does? It makes you stronger. Every time you get knocked down and choose to get back up, you're building resilience. Resilience is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. And before you know it, the things that used to shake you to your core don't even faze you anymore. The world's greatest achievers failed first. Think about every great woman who's made history. Do you think they succeeded on their first try? Of course not. Oprah didn't start as a media mogul. She was fired from her first job in television. JK. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter became a phenomenon. Smart women know that failure is part of the story. It's the messy middle that makes the triumph so much sweeter. Failure teaches you who you are. Let's get real. Failure reveals your character. It shows you what you're made of. It forces you to dig deep, to find strength you didn't even know you had. And let me tell you something, when you come out on the other side of failure, you'll be amazed at who you've become. Ladies, failure is not something to fear. It's something to embrace. Because every time you fail, you're getting closer to your true self, your greatest potential, and your wildest dreams. So the next time you fall, don't ask yourself, why me? Ask yourself, what's next? Because smart women don't let failure stop them, they let it shape them. Trust your gut. Let me tell you something that took me years to understand. Your gut, your intuition is your greatest compass. It's that quiet voice inside you, the one that nudges you when something feels right or when it doesn't, the one that speaks up before your mind has even finished processing the situation. Your gut knows, even when you don't have all the facts, even when you can't quite explain it. Your intuition is a gift, a guide, a whisper from your higher self saying, this is the way. Stop doubting what you already know. How many times have you ignored that feeling in your gut? Maybe you told yourself it's not logical. It doesn't make sense. Maybe you listened to someone else's opinion instead of trusting your own inner wisdom. And then what happened? You look back and thought, I should have trusted myself. I knew all along. Ladies, let me tell you this, your gut never lies. It's not something to question, it's something to honor. Because when you trust your intuition, you're trusting yourself. Intuition is wisdom in disguise. Now, some people will tell you intuition is just a feeling. But I'm here to tell you it's more than that, it's wisdom. It's the knowledge you've gathered from every experience, every lesson, every moment of your life. Your gut is where all of that wisdom lives. It's where your truths reside. And when you learn to listen to it, you're tapping into the deepest, most authentic part of yourself. The world will try to drown it out. Let me warn you, the world will try to silence your gut. It'll bombard you with noise, distractions, and opinions. People will tell you, that doesn't make sense. They'll say, are you sure? But here's the thing, your gut isn't about logic. It's not about what's reasonable to someone else. It's about what feels right to you. Smart women know how to block out the noise. They know how to trust that quiet, persistent feeling inside that says, this is your truth. Intuition requires stillness. Now, let me say this, you can't hear your gut if you're always on the go, always distracted, always busy. Listening to your intuition requires stillness. It requires you to pause, to breathe, to sit with yourself. Because that's when the whispers become clear. That's when you can separate your true feelings from the chaos of the world around you. Smart women take the time to get quiet. They create space for their intuition to speak. And when it does, they listen. It's okay to not have all the answers. Let me free you from something right now. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to explain why you feel what you feel. Sometimes I just know is reason enough. Your gut doesn't need validation. It doesn't need proof. It just needs your trust. Smart women aren't afraid to follow their intuition, even when they don't have all the pieces of the puzzle. They know the path will reveal itself as they walk it. Your gut is a superpower. Because your gut doesn't just guide you, it protects you. It warns you when something's not right. It steers you toward opportunities that align with your soul. Ladies, your gut is your superpower. It's the one thing that will never lead you astray. Learn to differentiate fear from intuition. Now, let me say this, sometimes fear tries to disguise itself as your gut. But here's the difference. Fear is loud, frantic, and chaotic. Your intuition is calm, steady, and grounded. Smart women learn to tell the difference. They know that intuition feels like a nudge, not a push. It feels like clarity, not confusion. Ladies, trusting your gut isn't just about making decisions. It's about trusting yourself. It's about believing that you already have everything you need to navigate this life. So the next time your gut speaks, don't ignore it. Don't doubt it. Listen, because your intuition is the voice of your power, your wisdom, and your truth. Celebrate yourself. Ladies, let me ask you something. When was the last time you celebrated you? Not for what you did for someone else, not for checking something off your to-do list, but for being the extraordinary, one-of-a-kind, brilliant woman you are. Too many of us are waiting for the right moment, the right accomplishment, the right level of success before we feel we deserve to celebrate ourselves. But let me tell you something, you are worthy of celebration right here, right now, just as you are. Stop waiting for permission. Let's be honest, society doesn't always encourage women to celebrate themselves. We're taught to be humble, to downplay our accomplishments, to focus on everyone else. But let me tell you, you don't need permission to celebrate yourself. You don't need to wait for someone else to notice your brilliance. Because the truth is, if you don't take the time to honor yourself, who will? Smart women know that self-celebration isn't arrogance, it's self-love. And self-love is the foundation for everything else in your life. Recognize your wins, big and small. We're so quick to acknowledge other people's victories, aren't we? But when it comes to ourselves, we brush it off. We tell ourselves, it's not a big deal. Let me tell you, every win is worth celebrating. Did you get out of bed and show up today even when you didn't feel like it? That's a win. Did you speak up in a meeting? That's a win. Did you finally start that project you've been dreaming about? That's a win. Smart women don't wait for a monumental achievement to celebrate. They know that every step forward, no matter how small, deserves recognition. Celebrate the woman you've become. Now, I want you to take a moment and reflect. Think about the woman you were 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Think about everything she's been through, the challenges she's faced, the lessons she's learned, the mountains she's climbed. Look at who you are today. Look at how far you've come. That alone is worth celebrating. You've survived things you thought would break you. You've grown in ways you never imagined. And you've done it all with grace, courage, and strength. Ladies, you are worth celebrating not just for what you've done, but for who you are. Create your own celebration rituals. Now, here's something I want you to try. Create a celebration ritual just for you. Maybe it's lighting a candle and reflecting on your achievements. Maybe it's treating yourself to something special. Maybe it's dancing around your living room to your favorite song. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to remind you that you matter. Smart women know that celebrating themselves is an act of self-care. It's a way of saying, I see you, I honor you, I'm proud of you. Don't downplay your greatness. Ladies, this is important. Stop shrinking to make others comfortable. Stop downplaying your brilliance because you're afraid of being too much. You are allowed to take up space. You are allowed to be proud of your accomplishments. You are allowed to shine. When you celebrate yourself, you're not just honoring your journey, you're giving other women permission to do the same. Celebrate the process, not just the outcome. Here's the thing about life, it's not just about the destination, it's about the journey. Celebrate the messy middle. Celebrate the progress you're making, even if you're not where you want to be yet. Smart women understand that every step, every stumble, every try is worth celebrating, because the process is where the magic happens. Ladies, hear me when I say this. You don't need a special occasion to celebrate yourself. You are the occasion. So start today. Start now. Because when you celebrate yourself, you're not just honoring your past, you're setting the stage for an even brighter future. Celebrate yourself. Ladies, here's the truth: celebrating yourself isn't just an act of self-love, it's an act of revolution. It's saying to the world, I am enough, I am worthy, I am extraordinary. When you take the time to honor your wins, your growth, your resilience, you're not just lifting yourself up, you're inspiring others to do the same. Because every woman who celebrates herself creates a ripple effect, showing her sisters, her daughters, her friends that they are worthy too. So don't wait for the world to recognize your brilliance. Don't wait for the right moment. Make every moment the right one. Celebrate your wins, your journey, your essence. And as you go forward, remember this: you are a force, you are a light. And every single day, just by being you, you give this world something to celebrate. Now go ahead. Throw your arms up, raise your glass, take a bow. Because you, my dear, are worth it. Celebrate yourself today, tomorrow, and every day after.